All right. What a beautiful day, Tatiana. It is just beautiful. The sun is out.
Unfortunately, on my side, it's very cold. It just started being cold, so let's get ready for this full time.
I know. I welcome you all on today's live session. Today we'll be live with one of our sister. She's also a refugee, I think so. She's also a refugee. Yeah. And also, apart from being a refugee, Tatiana, she's also a community worker. So she's involved in helping refugees and the host community in different ways. As our program always, we are telling you that the month of August and September, we are bringing to you refugee service providers. Remember, June and July, we had refugees talking to us. This month, we are bringing you refugee service provider, and we don't know what October will have for us because that's October just in the corner. So my name is Samantha Biake, a former refugee and a refugee service provider, and I live in Akron, Ohio, and I'm not alone on the platform. Let my co-host introduce herself.
Oh, everyone knows about me. But just for the recap, my name is Tatiana Kanzi. I prefer to go by Tati if you want to. If you want to call me Tati, you're more than welcome to do that. And I'm the co-host of Samantha Biake. So I don't know what else to say because pretty much everyone knows me already, except for those who haven't joined us except for those who join us for the first time today. Just by my name, I go by Tati, and that should be all for today.
Thank you so much, Tatiana, for that. And thank you so much for being here with us, for making this happen. You know, I can't make it alone, but thank you for your support and everything. Without taking long, let's hear from our guest. I can see her already on the platform. She's going to introduce herself, tell us a little bit who's she and why are we having her here. So, dear guests, I don't want to mention your name, but you're most welcome to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Samantha and Tatiana, for the invitation. I'm super glad. And in my whole life, I'm always glad to get a platform where I can share my experiences to motivate another youth there outside. And yeah, to share my knowledge. That is something that gives me purpose in life. And I'm happy that I'm seeing some of my colleagues already there. I'm happy to see them. So I'm called Miriam Feza. I'm from DRC, especially from Goma. And I'm a refugee here in Uganda since July 2015. That's when I started this journey and still in the journey. Here I've learned a lot through the process, a lot of challenges, a lot of progress, and a lot of achievement. And yeah, every day I'm glad to take another step and mostly supporting other youth refugees around to fund their life purpose, life potentials, and to take a lead in their lives. I mean, starting something on their own. That is something I'm so passionate about.
Wow. I'm jealous.
I know, right?
Right.
She has something that we need to know about.
I know. You know, like something is so funny. Like we've asked the youth, we usually want to be given things, but to hear that one of us is doing a tremendous work in empowering other youth to be able to stand by themselves and to be how do they say, Tatiana, is it self-sufficient?
Self-sustainable?
Yeah, that
voila.
English is not my friend. English is not my friend, but it's really a great thing to hear about that. But what can you say about that?
I'm just impressed. I'm so excited to hear more from her. Because the introduction is just like a brief information about her, but I wanna know more.
I know, right? And just a reminder, this is Better Mind International Better Money International Agency. And what we usually do, or what we always bring, I don't know if our guests also know about us, but what we always do is giving a platform to other youth, to other people in the community to express themselves, to talk about themselves, to empower others, because it's all about learning. The world is all about learning. I can't do something alone. I can't make the world a better place to live in if I don't have the support, or I don't have the union or the love of others. So this platform is there for you. I want you to use it well, the way you usually empower other youth out there. I want you to use it well. We want to know more about these people that you're saying help. A question to you. Do you work like people that you empower, are they refugees, or you work with host community and refugee? Tell us a little bit about that.
So at the start of our organization, by name it's called LAZIMA PATE Academy, which means in English, I must have. So I love that sentence in the way that it really push someone towards something, like you see something and you're like, I will have this. Though the situation, I will have it. So we work with refugees and host communities. So it's a mixture.
Mixture. So you work with host community. Those who are joining us for the first time, could you tell us a little bit about refugees? Because I think if you see the title for today's series, it's saying Untold Stories of Refugee. That's a great thing to hear, that you're working with refugees and the host community. But into your experience, what do you understand by one being a refugee and you being a refugee? Can you tell us a little bit more for those people who have not joined us for the previous session? Just enlighten us about who's a refugee according to you.
So according to me, I would say refugee is someone who has flee his country due to some reason. It can be insecurity, it can be just personal insecurity, political insecurities, war, and anything that can be maybe with anything that can be, sorry.
It's okay.
With anything that can be a threat to his life in his own country, and go somewhere to look for protection. I mean, look for refuge somewhere. I mean, another country.
Okay.
That's what I understand myself, like as the meaning of being a refugee. And personally, for me, I reached Uganda in 2015 in August. I flee my country due to political instabilities, but also due to insecurities. That's why I flee my country. And when I reached here, I think that is where I want us to discuss today. I want us to discuss about education of refugees and how to support refugees to be self-sustainable. So I will start it with my own story as a refugee and how I've tried to be self-sustainable in this country. So by the time I reached here in 2015, it wasn't easy. First of all, the language barrier, like people are speaking English. I'm from a French country. How will I catch up? Something really crazy. So which push a lot of refugees and even me, by the time I've reached the country, to do not continue with the education, mostly schooling and all the other things. So which it's a very big challenge in the refugee communities, the language barrier. And secondly, by the time you reach here, yes, this language barrier is one of the challenges you having. Then secondly, the job opportunity are almost inexistent, like they are not there. The country itself has a higher percentage of unemployment of youth. So you'll find out that all these interesting jobs that youth are dreaming of are owned by these old people. So youth are there with a lot of knowledge, a lot of learnings, with a lot of background education, I mean bachelors, masters, but still knocking on doors of these guys who already have something. I would say these old people who have been in this job for long. So imagine a refugee in such a situation. Will you have a place if youth in the country are still struggling? So it's become really so challenging for the youth, the refugee youth in the country. So this has been one of the reasons why we started LAZIMA and PATE Academy. So I and my team, we thought, actually we met somewhere they call Social Innovation Academy, where we went to learn entrepreneurship. Personally, I've been connected through a friend to that academy, and I met these amazing people, all refugees. We sat together and we're like, what are the challenges? What are the challenges we are facing as refugees? In all those discussions, we realized that refugees are not sustainable. That was the bigger view. And what are the reasons if we go deeply? Yeah, there are a lot of challenges in their language. The language is a barrier, then the opportunities are not there for them. So the question was, how do we create opportunities to refugees? How do we create opportunities to them? And not only us creating to them, but how do we involve them to create something for themselves, to create jobs for themselves, and to get their life purpose. So we started with LAZIMA Academy, LAZIMA and PATE Academy, and our biggest goal, our biggest vision is seeing a refugee, a young refugee who contribute to his community fully. So we started in 2019, which is just recent, 2019, and we started with personal development trainings, because we believe, like, not just we believe from our experiences as refugees in the country, we have this challenge that I'm in someone's country, I cannot manage. I don't know how to start to do anything, or I don't know how to create anything in this country. So the confidence is really down. So fact that the confidence is really down, there are a lot of challenges in trying. So we don't know how to try because we have all this in mind that we cannot make it because we are refugees. So we start with personal development trainings where we support refugees to overcome the fear, with some really great trainings about comfort zone challenges, communication, public speaking. We also work on something so specific that I love, which is much more on passion. So how do you connect your passion, or how do you dive deep into your passion and create something meaningful out of your passion? Like I'll say, for example, I'm so passionate about teaching or training. So how do I support other people through my passion of teaching or of training? How do I support other people to become more sustainable? So that has been this part of personal development. And then after a period of 2 months in personal development, we get into professional development. I mean, this part is about the career. So from the passion to how do you use your passion to get money? That is the biggest question in the professional development. And from that question, we keep now on supporting these individuals in building business canvas, like in building businesses out of their passion, with a lot of mentoring, a lot of support, up to where these guys are able to fly with their own wings. This means the businesses are self-sustainable. This means these guys can make money, can employ other people. They can be refugees or they can be just nationals. And also, this is the way that we believe refugees are supporting the host communities, and they are not seen as burden anymore. If we meet this vision of us, this means refugees won't be burdened in the host communities, but they will be there to add 1+ for the country to move forward. Yeah, that is something about my experience of being a refugee in these few years, and also the why of LAZIMA and PATE Academy. If there are questions, the questions are welcome. I will be really glad to answer some questions.
Thank you so much. We the platform is yours. Don't worry. The platform is yours today. So we'll be having you for just to have more 10 minutes. So Tatiana, I don't know from what you said. I think you've learned a lot about one being a refugee from the different experience that we've gone through. If there's noise in the background because there are people who couldn't connect because of network, so I'm connecting them through my phone. That's why there's noise in my background. But I was saying this. LAZIMA Academy is there. We've hosted many organizations that are helping you. I think from what Miriam has said, one being a refugee is not a barrier, or one being a refugee is not a burden. We should always be taking that opportunity of being a refugee in a positive way. I actually call it opportunity because you by you being a refugee, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can use that same hardship that you're going through to make it a stepping stone. So knowing that, okay, I'm facing this, how best can I do this to help my friend? How best can I do this to help others? So Tatiana, from what Miriam has said, what have you learned?
I've learned a lot, especially from the organization. I can call it an organization, LAZIMA Academic, right? That is such a good thing.
LAZIMA ni PATE Academy.
Voila. LAZIMA ni PATE Academy. That is such a good thing that you want to bring to youth people, because a lot of youth, once they come to a place that is not familiar, they get lost easily. But with something like that, it's going to keep them on track, especially with schooling, like the language barrier. That is such a big deal in most countries. I'm sorry, I'm trying to plug my computer because it's running out of energy. So mostly youth, they get lost. They get misled when they go to another place that they're not familiar with, especially with the language barrier. Once they don't get to learn the new language, they get lost. And that's when they don't understand, especially this system of the new country where they found their refuge. So for me, that is such a good thing, that you're trying to help other people. The way you get helped, you wanna transmit that help to other people, and it's such a good thing. I'm just praying that my God blesses you. I don't know what you did, how many efforts you put in to get to that level, but it's such a big deal for me, because as Samantha said at the beginning, she envies you. That is true. I kind of envy you too, because not everyone thinks about other people. Not everyone has that I don't know how to say that. Samantha, avoir le vouloir ou la volonté. The willing. Not everyone is willing. Not everyone is willing to help.
En français, tu n'es pas té.
No, not everyone is willing to help. That's what I wanted to say. But thank you, Miriam, for the big hearts that you have, and especially for helping the youth. Youth people, they need more of our support. They need more of our help, especially because we went through this, and we don't want them to go through the same thing or to suffer. So that is such a good thing, and I'm thanking you for that.
So thank you, Tatiana, for that. Miriam, us as Betterman, we do have a question to you. Can you talk to us about the challenges that you faced while providing these services? Because we believe you do have some challenges that us as host community or us as the refugee, we don't know those, hardship that you go through. Can you try to share with us those challenges that you go through while providing the services?
Yes, I will say that in this journey, it wasn't as smooth as we thought at start. You know, sometimes you think the journey will be just straight like this, but then in reality, it gets you to hills, to mountains, to reach to the objective. So at first, when the idea was developed, we could see everything smooth because it was just an idea on a paper. But then when we started experiencing the reality on ground, it wasn't that easy. The first challenge was to get funds because it's a non-profit. So how do we get funds to move this forward? So we were glad that to solve this challenge, we were glad that we got some network of the place where we've been studying entrepreneurship. It's called, the place is in PG. I don't know if some of you know the place in PG. It's in Massacre Road, called Social Innovation Academy. So we got some friends there, people who were willing to support the initiative. So we were able to do also fundraising online, on Facebook, on Better Place, on so many platforms. So we managed to get the fund and we started the organization. Actually, for the people in Kampala, the organization is just near Human Rights House. We are neighbors with Human Rights House in Zambia. We are neighbor there. So that was the start. Then secondly, was how to bring girls into the program. So for men, it wasn't a big challenge. Something that I realized here in Kampala, in Uganda, men they are looking for opportunities. But us ladies, we are too much comfortable with house parties, birthday parties, anything about outing, and mostly neglecting something within us. All those things we are passionate about. Most of the time, they are just wasted in the kitchen, and mostly for the refugee life. Even just the language, mostly for women. So that has been a very great challenge. Personally, me, I'm so passionate about women, mostly bringing them on board, empowering women. It's something that I love a lot. I love a lot because I know how we put ourselves behind. That is something that I know already. So at start, we got a very huge challenge to bring women in. So we had our first cohort of 35 scholars, where 25 were men and only 10 were women. And those 10 women, to get them was a very great challenge. So for us, we wanted really to put even men and women in the same place, for them to get the same opportunities and for them to move forward. So not getting women was something that was quite more painful for us. But then it being a challenge, we didn't stop there. So we did a lot of community reach out to get women involved in. In the process, we realized that the problem was the language, because by the time they reach Uganda, they are not so interested in learning English, mostly the women. So we got a project at LAZIMA and PATE that was teaching English, which was something great, which supported some women to join in the program. And we started mixing languages in our training. Though to give entrepreneurship trainings in Swahili or in French, it's really so complicated. As we know, there are these words in English that to take them in French, it's a big deal. Or to take them in Swahili, it's really a big deal. So we tried our best to see how to bring them in. And we've quite managed. For the moment, we've had 3 cohorts since 2019. And we have something like 10 to 15 women since the start. It's something great already. And already they are having great projects. That is our success part of it. Great project. For the moment, there are projects operating in the refugee camp from LAZIMA that are teaching children English in a funny way by using tablets. We're having youth with so many projects for the moment, like animation, trying to do animation, trying to solve refugees' challenges through entrepreneurship programs. The same youth are trying to see how to come up with businesses that will support their fellows in the communities. So we have more than 10 projects for the moment, LAZIMA ni PATE, that youth have started through the personal development training, professional development training. In professional development training, I mean entrepreneurship. They have started projects, and now they are gaining money out of those projects, and they are also employing other people there outside, which for us is a very great success for the moment.
Thank you so much, Miriam. I do understand from what Miriam has told us that, the language is one of the, I think it's the biggest barrier. If I can recall from other people that we've all said, other people that we've talked to, most of them are talking about language being a barrier. My question goes out to everyone who's watching us, everyone who's participating here. Everyone who's participating, everyone who's watching us, and everyone is going to watch this later on. We are having this problem of our language. So everyone is talking about language. Everyone is talking about one thing that I actually tell people: you'll never do something in life if you don't learn the language of your community. It's very hard for you to be prosperous if you don't want to learn English when you're in the English community. So this are called to everyone out there to learn the language. If you're in a community where they speak Luganda, don't say because I'm not Ugandan, I'm not going to speak Luganda. I myself speak 7 languages. I want to be part of the community that I live in. These are called to you all to learn the language, because language is becoming a big challenge to most people. We are getting organizations telling us the same thing. And also another challenge that we've had, Miriam saying, is people are not interested in the different services that they're being provided to them. So people are more into luxury than the service that they're giving them. So people are like, why shouldn't I go to PATE? Why should I go and study? But they're like, can I say there are many things that we learn which will help us have the luxury life that we're looking for tomorrow. And Miriam has talked to us about the different, how can I bring it, successes that they've got, especially empowering the youth, especially helping them start something, making them self-sustainable, for them to be able to empower other youth through LAZIMA ni PATE. So LAZIMA ni PATE is empowering, and them they also go and empower. It's something that we all need, especially us being the host community, especially for refugees now. You being in the host community and being able to be self-sustainable, it's something great. And I want to say thank you to Miriam for that great work that you're doing, because it's not everyone who's coming out of their shell to do what you're doing. It's called for a loving heart, a loving soul to do what you're doing. And we want to say thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. So Miriam, tell us, how best can people access your services? What should people do to be able to access your services?
Okay, to be able to access LAZIMA ni PATE services, first of all, for the moment, we are working with youth between 18 to 35. So with 18, we believe when you're there, it's your own decision. No one is forcing you, so you know already what you want. And we're trying to also, we also looking at youth who can speak even a little bit of English, understand and speak a little bit. So some of the youth have been able to learn from there through discussions, through trainings to learn. So we just want the youth who can speak even a bit of English and also able to write. The people that we are really looking for. So in our services, start from Monday to for the morning time from 9:30 to 11:30. If late, that's why we go to 12. Mostly for the first 2 months. After the first 2 months, and if we go back to what I've said, the first 2 months on the payment, it's mean building the person, because believe even though people will work with others, they need to know how to communicate. They need to know how to build their confidence and how to bring out the best out of themselves. So after the 2 months, that's where we go deep into entrepreneurship. This means we give training about how to build your businesses, how to make your finances. So it's not just about the how, but also in practice. So we have tools that support you to come up with projects. So there are simple tools, like some are called design thinking. So we support you to build your business, and also all the small details, the legal details, the financial details, registration details. Yeah. So that is much more about the program in LAZIMA.
So we thank you for you telling us. If we remember hearing earlier on, Miriam told us that their offices is found in Zambia near human rights. That's why you can easily access them. So if you're a refugee, I think everyone needs help, not only a refugee. This goes to everyone. Miriam is only not helping refugees, but is helping refugees and the host community. Who are the host community? Host community is you who identify yourself not a refugee. If you don't have a refugee card registered from OPM, you are not a refugee. You are from the host community. Maybe Ugandan. Just other people came in through. The border. Not. Flying away from. Running away from your country because of different persecutions. You're almost welcome to LAZIMA Nipate Academy, and their doors are always open from Monday to Friday. That's what I have. And they're from 8. So you can always go there and have them impact you. And also, if you do know people who need this service, my dears, friends, brothers and sisters, when we hear about things, when you learn about it, let's keep it to ourselves. Let's not hide them away and be like, when you say to be like, from the world is all about learning. You feel like what better man is bringing those people who have the skills to impact or to teach us more, because we all need to learn. We all need to know. Because if I know Miriam, I know what Miriam does, I keep quiet about it and I don't bring her to the platform, it will be doing an unfair service to you all. I'll also be doing an unfair service to myself, because I wouldn't be able to know what she does. I'll just know, okay, Miriam is a Congolese. Or Miriam, she's from LAZIMA Nipate, but I don't know what LAZIMA Nipate does. So that's this message. I beg you to always share what you learn here with other people, refugees, host community. Tell them more about what LAZIMA Nipate is doing. My co-host, I don't know why she's run to, but it's been a great opportunity having Mariam on the platform to share with us the different work that she does. And we are going to open the platform, or we are going to open the floor for your questions. We're going to open the floor for you to ask her more about anything that touched you and you want her to put some clarification on that. So the floor is open for questions. Remember to raise your hand. My co-host is there, she's back, and that's to let her know. I don't know if you heard what Miriam said, and before we open the floor for the question, what is your input on this? I don't know if you heard what Miriam said, and we'd love you to share with us a little bit from what you learned from her.
Samantha, I kind of missed the last part of what she was saying because I sent you a message. I don't know if you got it. Do you want to check your messages? So I'm really sorry I wasn't here. I had to take off for a short moment, and then I missed the most part of the last message that Miriam gave us. But it's okay, we can go on with the questions section. If anyone has any question, you're more than welcome to ask your question.
So the platform is open for everyone. Anyone who has a question, remember to raise your hand so that you can be able to delegate you to use the platform. You're most welcome.
So questions are welcome. And if you don't have a question, I could wish to give a word of encouragement to whoever who is here, mostly as a refugee. But I've seen a question. Why the name Lazima Nipate and how sustainable is your program? Yes, Lazima Nipate, as I said in English, it's mean I must get. For us, it's a sentence or the word that give the strength, give a motivation to us and to all the youth there at the academy. So imagine you wake up in the morning and you say, I must have. Surely you're going to have it. So, and for us, when we started, we lacked so much that name in a concept of yes, we are starting this, and the objective is to support or to bring out young refugees to be self-sustainable. So we want to go with the concept to say, even though I don't have it right now, but I must have. So by the fact that I have already an affirmation that I must have, this means I will work hardly toward this purpose. Then your other question was, how sustainable are your program? So maybe I would love to get much more explanation about that. What were you meaning? Is it about the program, the growth of the program, or is it about what is happening in the? Yes, the person who asked is Janvier.
I think you wanted to know like how sustainable, like the impact of your program into the community.
Okay, so the impact that our program gives to the community, we are building a network of youth who are not there to knock on doors, to knock on offices, kind of, I want a job, but we are creating a network of youth who create and employ others. That is one impact. We are striving for a sustainable young refugee. Like we are not there to wait only when UNCR give us beans and posho or money, but we can make money and we sustain ourselves. Then thirdly, we are striving for seeing young refugees adding to the economy of the country. So we are not here as burden, but we are here to support with the little that we got to bring the country forward, but not as eating from the country, but also giving back. So those are the impact of our program to the community. What else? Challenges you face, especially when giving services to urban refugees, and how to overcome them. Yes, the biggest challenges comes first with the confidence. The confidence. What am I meaning with the confidence? When they come at the academy, they believe like we are just strangers. We are going to Europe. Why do we start something right now that we are going to leave? Then secondly, the challenge comes on the language barrier. And thirdly is we are just refugees. We don't know what to do, and nobody cares about us. Nobody cares about what we can do, and always waiting for UNCR to support an initiative to start something. So those are the challenges that we've been facing. And how have we overcome these challenges so far? At start, when the guys reach at LNA, we start with, as I said, we start with personal development trainings. And in these personal development trainings, we focus more on the personality of the person. Like, how do you build your confidence in the way that you're able to build something for yourself? How can you stand there outside? How can you speak about your idea? How do you believe like you can turn your challenge into an opportunity. Because myself now, I'm a refugee, but I've turned it into an opportunity to support other refugees. And I've started other businesses. I'm having a cosmetic business that support me to sustain myself. Though the work that I do at LAZIMA, but I also have a cosmetic business that I started just 1 year back, and it's giving me back. And I'm also employing other people from the host community that are also benefiting from that. Those are the also kind of examples that we give to the youth. Most
I think Miriam is having poor network connection. Let's give her time and see how best she can get back to us. Let's give her a minute. I think she's having a network problem, but I hope everyone is learning from what she's telling us, especially from the challenges that they're facing, from the stories that she's giving us about the success that people are receiving from LAZIMA PATE Foundation. So we've lost Miriam, and let's wait a little bit for her to connect back. But I was still telling you that we've all learned from the success that she has told us that people are getting from LAZIMA PATE Foundation. I know me myself, I can tell you it's not easy, especially giving services. Sometimes you know these services, sometimes you know how best they are for the people, but it's very challenging that most of the time people don't know how best these services are going to help them. Or also people be kind of confused and be like, why should I do this? So we're also having the same, facing the same problem. Even me myself, sometimes I want to do something and I ask myself, is it worth it? Should I really put in my time? You ask yourself and you don't get that answer back. So Tatiana, I believe you understood from what Miriam has told us, especially when it comes to challenges. What is your input, or what can you tell people as we wait for Miriam to join us back?
Thank you, Samantha, for the platform. And all I can say, and based from what Miriam just told us, it is a grace. It's such a grace to have someone that is willing to think about you. It's such a grace to have that person who cares about you. So let's all take this opportunity to learn from her, because she has such a big heart that wants to help people. She doesn't want to leave people behind her. She want to move with everyone. It's just like a flow. Let's all move together. We all came here and we know that this is just a permanent. This is not. This is a temporary place. We are gonna move to go to a next level, and that's why she's there with with her initiative to help people moving forward. So people, we don't have to neglect this. And also let's be thankful. Let's be those who recognize at least the efforts that she's doing for the community. Let's give her some encouragement, because that's all she needs. She might be facing a lot of challenges that she cannot tell us as customers or as youth. But if we show her our heart, it's gonna be easier for her, and also it will keep her up. And especially just let her know that you're there. You can be there to support her. It's such a big thing for her as well. It's not easy to be such a leader, and we know that there is a lot of challenges that she has to go through, that she faces right now. But if we show her that we love her and we appreciate what she's doing, she'll be more than thankful to us. So let's take this opportunity and let's learn a lot from her, especially with the language. She is helping people learn the language. That is such a big thing, because language barrier, trust me, is not something that we overcome that easily. it takes time. So let's take this opportunity to learn and to move forward with her, because that's what she wants for us, for the people in Uganda, for the youth community especially, because she doesn't want our youth to be lost in the stranger, I mean in the country that they are not used to. So thank you so much, Miriam, for your heart and especially for your courage. I know that it's not easy, but one day it's all gonna pay back. You might be suffering right now, but know that the future is keeping something for you, and you'll be proud of it. Thank you so much for your input in the community in Uganda, and especially for the youth community, which is, I should say that the base should start from the youth, because if you don't educate that well your youth community, the future is not promising. Because once the youth, they're well educated, we know that's the future. Their future is going to be something good. So that is a good start. The youth community, that was a good target, because we need those little kids to know what's the system, to understand what is good, to understand what is worth to be taken in our lives. So thank you so much, Miriam, and thank you so much, Samantha, for the opportunity to give me this to let me give this speech. You're muted.
So I'm having Miriam connected through WhatsApp because her network is really poor. You know how I multitask. I try my best to multitask. So I'm always holding my phone most of the time because of network problem. I actually hold my phone and having another, a platform on my laptop. So I'm turning my phone around. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but let's hope. And okay.
Yeah, we can.
Can you all see? Can you all hear Miriam? Miriam, try to talk.
Yes.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Well,
Okay,
how are you?
Miriam, you can now talk to the public. I don't know if you can see her. Everyone, can you see her? Can you hear her too? Okay, Miriam, now you can talk.
Yeah, we are here.
Okay.
I can hear all of you right now.
Okay, can continue answering the question that were asked to you, Miriam.
Okay, so I have the last question in terms of the and we asked about how we can overcoming the challenges, and I've quite explained that. I don't know if there is another question, then I can still answer it.
So there was another question saying, do you carry activity in the field? Do you carry activities in the field? Do you carry activity in the field area apart from camps?
Can you repeat again the question?
Do you carry activity in field areas apart from camp?
If we carry activities in which field areas?
Like do you
Apart
carry
from the
activity in
camp.
the field in urban? Like do you have activities?
Can you write the question down?
Yeah. So do you have activities in Kampala apart from in the camp? Like the activities that you do in the camp, do you have them also in Kampala?
Actually, our activities are in Kampala. So in the camp, some of the activities that are there are from scholars from LAZIMA University, maybe who have decided to companies, their own organization in Nakivale Valley. Some are doing them in Kampala, and some are doing them in each area that they want. Even some would even love to bring back to the country, maybe going back to Congo and start something. So it depends. So, but our principal activities are happening in Kampala. As I gave the direction, we are just near Human Rights House.
Okay. Did you all hear her? Yeah. So Miriam mentioned that they do have activities in Kampala, and they also, apart from having activity in Kampala, they also have activity in the camp. And in Kampala, they are found at in Zambia near the Human Rights House. So I think we are out of time. I don't know if anyone has a question. We're only taking one more question, and then we'll be concluding with today's session. I don't know if there's someone else with a question. This is called multitasking that I'm doing. Is there anyone else with a question for Miriam?
I think there is no more questions, even in the chats. No one is typing anymore.
No more question for Miriam? All right, so we do have people on WhatsApp area, I mean, on the WhatsApp session. So this is what's called multitasking and making every end meet. So however much Zoom might be giving you hard time, if you always want to join us and you're having hard time connecting to Zoom, always give me a call and I will connect you to this WhatsApp group so that you can have this, so that you can participate and be able to watch. I know people ask me if I could be joining it to, joining my Zoom with, Facebook, and I'm still learning about that. And in case I manage, I will also do the same thing. But all in all, let's hear Miriam's advice to us today. Let Miriam give us a conclusion for today's session, and then we shall hear from Tatiana and we shall call it a day. So Miriam, the platform is again yours, telling us more about today. What is that lesson that you want us to carry into our homes?
Okay. Yes, thank you, Samantha, for the opportunity. So there is one thing that I want to speak out, and it's much more on the word refugee. Something that I've observed since I left Uganda, there is so much shame for the young refugees left in the camp or in Kampala. Like there's too much shame, like, hey, I don't want people to know that I'm a refugee. I don't want people to know that. I don't want people to know that. I don't want people to know that. And I will say, most of the time we have those challenges just because we want, just because we feel like being a refugee is some vulnerability somewhere. Then I want to take us to this point on how do we turn our vulnerability into a strength, into our strength? How do we turn it? So if maybe being a refugee has been subject of shame because it looks maybe as a burden to the host country, let me say, or maybe a burden for ourselves. What can we do to change this mindset? And the first thing I will say is to understand our potentials, to get deep into our potentials. What can we do best? What are those things that make us awake at night and say, I can do this, even though I'm sick, even though I can still sing, I can still play football, I can still train, I can still dance. What are those things? And how do we develop these things to support our own sustainability and to add into the economy of the country? So those are the things that I want us to look at, instead of looking at ourselves as a vulnerability subject, kind of waiting to be helped. So if UNHCR is not helping, then nothing will move on. We will keep complaining, which does not take us anywhere. But how do we create in the things that we have? We don't have to go far to start a company. We don't have to have money to start a company. But we need to start with the knowledge that we have. Then secondly, use the available sources, the people around you, the things around you. I don't have to start an online business. I don't have to maybe to stop or maybe to feel like I cannot be able to start an online business because I don't have a laptop. Let me say, how do I turn this thing? How do I turn this challenge into an opportunity? Who are the friends around me who can have laptops? Who can support me even for 2 hours for me to make my business? What are the available resources? for me to make my business. We have people around us. We have mentors around us. Like they say as this platform with Samantha and Tatiana, how another youth out there can use it to speak or to promote what they're doing. So for me, the biggest takeaway that I want us to say today is being the refugee is not a subject of shame, but we can rather create it as a subject of strength and create for so much more opportunities in this situation. And secondly, I would love to call all of us, whenever you meet your fellow refugees, to give them maybe to support them into a way that they can bring up the best to themselves. Like talk to them in the way that it's not much more about if you are refugee must kufanya nini. We are refugees tujikanie yetu. Tuchungeke yetu Bulaya. And what if it's not coming? What if it's not coming? What are you going to do for your life? So that is a big question. And if it comes, what is the print that's left in the country? How do people will keep remembering you in Uganda or in all the other countries? Let's not be just reason your feet at you that say that no. Let's create stories and support our brothers and sisters here in the country and even in all the other countries outside. I think that's the one that I wanted to bring today.
Thank you so much.
Eladi quelque chose. Oh, she says something that really touched me when she said that tuko ba refugee it's in the way that you neglect yourself. Let's remind us that the place where you are right now, it's really a temporary place. And you might think that your life is not going to be like in Uganda. Your life is not going to be in Kampala. Yes, I do not say that you're going to spend your whole life in Uganda or in Kampala. But what she means by let's create a story where we are right now, it's meaningful. You might be in Uganda or Kampala. You're thinking just to come in America because you know that you're there just to get your I don't know if it's a visa or something that can bring you to America or to Canada or somewhere. And I'm totally okay with that. But what she means by creating a story is, first of all, when you come to Uganda, like coming from the Congo, we speak French. You're gonna go to Uganda, you don't speak English. Why can't you be involved in the community? Like being involved in something like an activity in the community, like going to school, taking some English classes. That is creating a story. Because once you're gonna come to America, everything is gonna be new to you. And when you don't know the language, trust me, it's gonna take you 5 years to get to know the system here. It's not gonna be that easy. So what she means by creating a story in whatever you are, you might get a skill in, I don't know, in entrepreneur, in computer science, in education. And once you reach here in America, that's gonna help you a lot finding a job quickly. Most people, they're kind of lazy. They'll be just like, okay, I'm just gonna be in Uganda for 5 years, waiting for the government to give me the permission so I can go to America. What makes you think that once you get to America, everything is gonna be easier for you? If you don't start from the base, if you don't start whatever you want right now. So I think that point is most important for us. We need to take advantage of every single opportunity that we are facing in Uganda. Don't take anything like, just take everything seriously because you never know. whatever you're taking as a experience in Uganda, it might be more helpful here in America. Like those jobs, the small jobs that there are opportunities in Uganda or Kampala, take them. You don't know what you're gonna face here in America. So we need to take everything with consideration. With consideration. Do not take anything just like, okay, niko tu hapa c'est pour un temps et puis ndaenda qu'Amérique, c'est là que je serai à l'aise. No, 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 no. Let's take everything with consideration. I can't hear you, Samantha.
Miriam was adding something. Go ahead.
I said I wanted to comment something on what you said, Tatiana. Like, Nico Mupasta. You know, some people have done here 10 years in these refugee things, and you're not moving. So imagine you've reached here when you've been 18, 28, you're still here. You are yet to create a family. How will you feed them? And other people are even creating families here in Uganda. How will you feed that family? Even not let them take apart the things of feeding. But 10 years without doing anything, it's like you are in a pause, as if life is not moving. So, what if even the Europe thing does not happen? Because I believe not everyone will get there. What if those things do not happen? And if it's happened, will you be happy to reach Europe when you cannot speak English, when you're there maybe to do a weird job? While you have your knowledge, while you have a skill, why don't we create something right now where we are? And if you are to go or not to go, but at least you sustain your future. But at least you're not living in the darkness. Because something that I've said, if you just hear saying, Naenda, like I'm just here for a moment, na miaka ziko zinaongezeka. What does that mean to you, to your future? What does it mean to whatever dream you have? But like what I'll say in this world, we people and no one is waiting for us, and no one will wait for you to make your dream come true. No, but then you have to go towards it, forward. Something that I always say, if you cannot get an opportunity from the door, open the windows. And if the windows cannot open, look for holes where to get an opportunity. So I'm really glad that we can have such talks that can also support all our fellow guys. They can be former refugees who didn't do anything while they were still in the countries or in the countries of refuge. Something that I'm sure I think their guys can be struggling that side, even from the language part of it and the integration part of it. And for the guys who are already here, how do we give meaning to your life, even when you're not in your country? How do you give meaning to life? How do you get happiness of getting up every day from your bed and saying, I'm doing something that I love, I can provide for myself, for my family, and I can live a happy life? Because most of the time with the refugee things that UN hasn't sent yet. UN hayakupatia kitu. So kama UN hayakupatia kitu, won't you live? That is really weird.
That's true. From what Miriam is saying, I actually tell it to you guys. I myself came to America. I think in my city, I'm among I think I'm the first one to come and start to work on my third day. On my second day, actually, yeah, my interview was on the first day. And on the second day, I started working. Ask yourself, if I left Africa while not knowing English, if I left Africa while not involved in things that I'm passionate about, who would I be today? Would I be the Samantha that you know today? Would I be the Samantha that you see on the billboard? Would I be the Samantha that you see on different posts? I wouldn't be. It's because I got involved in the community. I didn't say, okay, because I'm a Congolese, Unicom Congomani sitaki zoeana na Waganda. No. one thing, how we can make the world a better place to be in is by getting involved in the community. How do you get involved in the community? By loving the community. Uganda or other place that is hosting us, they love us. It might be, let me say, America, Uganda, Canada, Rwanda, different places are receiving refugees. They love us. It's all about us getting involved. It's all about us getting involved into the community and learning their language. It's one of the things, the biggest tool that we can do. Learn the language and get involved in the community. Anyway, let's not take much of your time. Miriam, I want to say thank you for the great opportunity that you gave Better Mind and being here on the platform. We feel so blessed and honored to have you. I don't know, I can't express myself, but just know that we are so happy, blessed to have you on our platform, talk to us about the different things that you do. And we can't do something alone. We need the support from other people. And Better Mind is here to help people network. If your organization does something related, get to her. If you want to know more about other organizations, just network and make the world a better place to live in. Thank you. So Miriam, part of our organization, one thing that we usually do to our guests, we usually give them a little token. We don't give you money. We are not so rich and money is not on that tree. But we have a refugee, we support fellow refugees, we support fellow immigrants, and we support the world at large. So we have a refugee girl, she's a lady, she's an entrepreneur, she's a hardworking, she's called Therese. And part of our series, we decided to support her because our plan is empowering others, but we wanted to start with her. And we are supporting her through her beverages. So Better Mind series is offering you a choice of beverages. So you have to choose one that you want. So we have yogurt, Teresa yogurt. We have Trey's juice. We have Trey's wine. So you choose one that you want us to give to you. That's a token or a way of saying thank you for your time. So what would you like to receive from us?
Oh, I'm a fan of yogurt.
I thought you'd say wine.
She baked the yogurt.
So that is written. And I don't know if Miriam told you she does have a little baby. So because of that, yeah, she has a little baby, young than 1 year. So Better Mind will be offering you and your baby 2 packets of yogurt. And also to say thank you for your time, participation, and being here. Please, in case of anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our office is found in Lunguja. And also we have the office online, the one that you know that I'm always available. And also have a platform in Akron, Ohio, US. So don't hesitate to reach out to us in case of anything if you want to share with people. And I want to say thank you for our participants, our viewers, and those who are watching us through YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being committed and looking forward to this series and also sharing it among your contacts. I just want to say thank you. I can't stop saying thank you. Tatiana, your last word, then we'll be calling it a day.
All I can say is being blessed. Everyone may be blessed during this week. And thank you for being here for us to support Better Mind Foundation. It's such a blessing for us to know that we have at least people that can watch us, the people that can get something to learn from us. And thank you to you, Miriam, for accepting our invitation. We know that we learned a lot from you, and may God continue to bless you with all the efforts that you're doing for the community. As I said before, it's not gonna pay now, but in the future, you will see what's gonna pay. So be blessed with your baby, and we say bye for now, and we'll see you again next Sunday.
All right, thank you so much for being part of Better Mind. As always, we have our series hosting our service provider till the end of September. So we do have 2 more Sunday remaining that are bringing you service providers. We don't know what October has. Let's wait till the end of September. We see what October has for us. But I want to say thank you for participating and being part of Better Mind. See you till next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye.